All right, so here's a fighter that a lot of people have been talking about here during fight week, really just because of the nature of his skill set. I haven't seen much in terms of a glaring weakness on film. Your thoughts?
It doesn't seem like there is one. You know, when you're watching the film and you're critiquing him, there's not much to critique. When you're trying to break down where the weaknesses are, there aren't many. The guy can wrestle, he can grapple, he's got tremendous cardio, great top control, insane durability. He's got it all. He's one of the best mixed martial artists we have seen come on the scene for a long time. But he's got to continue to prove it if he wants to stay where he is right now in the UFC.
And perhaps his greatest asset, at least thus far, has been his instinctual nature in the octagon, right? Just knowing which skill to employ at the right time, and certainly he's got essentially every skill you would want in an MMA arsenal. All right, so Islam Makhachev getting back on the proven ground here tonight, putting his undisputed UFC lightweight championship on the line. So much to love about this man's mixed martial arts acumen, his fight IQ, and you got to think it's going to take the very best out of his opponent to wrest the belt away tonight.
Anyone that hopes to beat Makhachev has to be on their game. Your wrestling's got to be on point. Your striking's got to be on point. But more than anything, you have to have a steel mind. You cannot break in front of Makhachev because he will then drown you. This guy is a champion for a reason. And as you have seen time and time again, Hasbullah joins the Dagestanis in the octagon.
Perhaps that's an X factor tonight. The great Hasbullah in the corner of Islam Makhachev. Islam Makhachev has graced the octagon. We are set to go for our main event of the evening. And now our tale of the tape for this lightweight fight. All right, we send it back inside the octagon. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Tatsuro. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Islam Makhachev.
Herb Dean is your referee. He's the third man in the octagon tonight. All right, round getting underway, and we take a look at the Combat Sambo World Champion and UFC lightweight contender, Islam Makhachev. What will he do in this fight? Well, oftentimes he does whatever he wants to do. Certainly he can impose his will on the ground, where his game is just so nuanced when it comes to the throws and the trips.
This might be the biggest shot of this entire fight. He landed a massive hook on wobbly legs.
Trying to pass the guard here, but a nice job by the bottom fighter defensively.
Bottom fighter did a fantastic job of following with his hips, making sure he blocked any attempt to get past his guard.
Makhachev's in half guard. Inside the closed guard now.
I mean, he went right into his full guard. What does he do to try to advance himself to give him more of an advantage on the mat?
Makhachev's back in half guard. He's very comfortable here.
Big ground and pound.
Gonna try to take his opponents back here, and he does.
All right, buddy, keep that ground position.
Well, you see all the grappling repetitions here. Just beautiful movement, seamless transitions on them.
Over and over, these guys are doing things that you see in every jiu-jitsu gym around the country.
Makhachev's in half guard, really using his physicality to his advantage now.
He lifted up the neck and snuck his arm underneath to try to get a choke.
That bar through choke is tight. Oh, somehow, some way he got out.
These guys are back and forth, but the submission defense wins this transition. He's got to be careful here.
All right, dominant position for him here, full mount. If you're the bottom fighter, better start moving those hips, DC.
Oh, you got to start moving those hips. What you should do initially, right, is start to push at the knees. Push at the hips, create some distance, shrimp, and try to recollect half guard. Half guard sucks, but it's much better than being mounted fully by your opponent.
Print the shirts, ground and pound. Man, another one lands. He's trying to pound his opponent's head through the canvas. Just over 2 minutes to go. Islam Makhachev going to work here from guard and doing a pretty good job, I might add. Great work here from the bottom fighter.
Great defense by the defensive fighter.
Oh, big shots from the top.
And another one. Another strike from the top lands for him.
Outstanding ground and pound here. Somewhat of a lost art in MMA, at least in terms of making sure that every strike counts. Not an issue for him.
He's making every single one of them count. He is not hitting back. He's not touching. Every punch that lands, he wants you to feel it.
Trying to find a home for that right hand. Single leg takedown. Well, anytime you are in a ground fighting situation with this fighter, you're potentially playing with fire.
Look at him, he's setting up the choke now. Look at that, he's setting it up.
Oh, that arm triangle's wicked tight.
He's starting to get it in very deep. Now he's in trouble, he's gonna go to sleep.
Oh, he gets out.
He was able to get his momentum going back towards his opponent and back in the opposite direction to get his hips back and his chest down towards the mat.
And you just spilled your popcorn all over the broadcast table.
I absolutely did, John. You know I love popcorn.
All right, inside his opponent's guard here, DC. You don't want to play around here too long.
No, you got to either have two hands in or two hands out. Our guys start to attack triangle.
A lot of top pressure being applied here as he works out of side control. Final seconds here. Second round, straight ahead. All right, so there's the end of the round. Tough job, but somebody's got to do it, man. Absolutely incredible. Both fighters got stunned. It's amazing to think that we fight on.
We are in the best seat in the house to watch two men go out there and really lay it on the line. Both got hurt, but even when they were hurt, neither one of them looked like they wanted to take a step back. This is the exact type of fight they expected and the type of fight that they're delivering to the fans.
All right, so let us now check out some of the action in that round, DC. There was a whole lot of it, including a stunner upstairs that nearly closed the show.
It was a lot of action. It was back and forth action, but the big moment was that big strike to the head that landed, that put him on wobbly legs, and in survival mode, luckily he made it to the end of that round.
All right, so after one of the more entertaining rounds in recent UFC history, our next round is upon us. Man, those guys both took some serious damage in that previous round.
They both took some damage, but they both gave it. They both gave it as well as they took it. Let's see who broke and goes down first.
Takedown defense holds up.
Oh, he's not gonna guillotine. Oh, man, that was slick.
Oh, he's mixing it up well. There's a ground and pound elbow to the body. All right, working on the ground here. His opponent's feet on the hips. Makhachev's looking to go from the full to the half guard here. Opponent not having it. Can't get it. Good awareness by the defensive fighter.
Posture and punch, posture and punch.
Nice strike lands from the bottom fighter. He passes the half.
All right, so he can't get it here. Again, good awareness by the defensive fighter. Relentless pressure from the top by Islam Makhachev. Side control now. Oh, he's got the ground and pound going now.
Inside control, you got a ton of options. He goes knees on belly. All these actions, though, these big actions, got to wear on the gas tank of both guys.
Oh, lands with the ground and pound strike. And there it is, another strike. Gets through on the ground. Well, this is exactly what you like to see. Nice combination of ground and pound punches. Outstanding pressure and activity by Islam Makhachev.
Massive shot from the top. Gotta be careful here.
Makhachev's in half guard. Now inside the closed guard.
And he's gonna try to find ways to pass and move to a submission.
Makhachev's back in half guard.
Great submission defense.
Side control now.
He's putting him in exactly the positions he needs to be in right now. He's able to relax here. And he understands, being a veteran of so many fights, that as long as he's on top, he's winning. He feels like he's winning here.
Oh, nice transition there. You call that a reversal?
Yeah, you turn your defense into offense. Defensively, you switch position and you go right on the offensive. That's exactly what he did.
All right, so now blood is a factor. You see that he has been opened up in that eye area.
Yeah, he's got hit in the eye, and now there's a cut. But it's nothing to worry about too much now. But he's got to be very careful with it as we go forward.
But at least staying busy on the bottom.
There it is. Now he's running him out. Now he's got a good body position. Yup.
Ground and pound.
Look at that. Recognize he was about to lose position.
Less than a minute to go in the round.
Jump on his back. Overrun.
All right, well, he's got him softened up here. Oh, flattens him out now. This could be the beginning of the end. Takes the back, now going for the rear naked choke. Oh, that rear naked choke looks tight. Oh, and now he gives up on the submission. Makhachev's in half guard now. All right, dominant position here. He's got the full mount. A lot of different ways he can go here. Maybe try to find an arm bar or just get the ground and pound.
He can attack submissions, but those submissions will present themselves once he is landing that brutal ground and pound he is known for. Because then his opponent will start to get a little bit desperate to get out from under him, which will then in turn leave arms dangling, or he'll turn to his knees and get choked out.
All right, that's the end of round number 2. Well, you're starting to see the damage now, bleeding from his cheek. All right, so that's the end of the round. Pretty significant damage done in that round. Cut on the cheek, sustained there from that strike. Now the cut man's got to get in there and close that thing up. Better to be below the eye than above it, sure. But nonetheless, this could be a factor now moving forward. All right, they attend to the fighter on the stool. And I guess if you are going to be cut open, cheek ain't a bad place for it.
Yeah, it's the best spot, right? You never want to be cut. You never want to be bleeding. But if it's on the cheek, it's as good of a spot as it can be. But you still got to do something different, though, because even though the blood isn't going in your eye, every time you get hit there, it's hard.
Third round underway.
Jab, snaps the head back. Caught the kick.
Right to the target. Let's see if his opponent can survive.
I cannot believe he is still standing after taking that punch.
All right, well, good news is he rocked him. Bad news is he wasn't able to finish the job, and now his opponent's back in the fight.
I mean, you don't get those opportunities very often. You got to take full advantage of them when they're presented to you.
Well, you got to think he might be trying to set up that over.
Oh, he jumped guillotine right away. That guillotine is tight.
Oh, submission defense on full display there.
He said that he was very aware of what this guy brought to the octagon, and it showed in that defense.
Oh, that's a pretty slick reversal right there.
Oh, now he's going to find himself in a little more danger.
All right, bottom fighter here, maybe looking to hip escape, DC.
And there you go, again, half guard.
All right, try to pass here. As Glover Teixeira might say, not today.
Not today. Great job of following with the hips, keeping those legs locked and keeping them in full guard. Great defense by this fighter. Beautiful ground strikes landed.
These ground strikes are starting to add up.
Trying to recover full guard there.
Just over 3 minutes to go in round 3.
You can't take all those unanswered strikes. They don't have to be that damaging. You just got to move.
Right.
Oh, nice.
Oh, there's the swing and there's the miss by Islam Makhachev. Well, he is really starting to apply a lot of pressure here down the stretch. Not as much offense earlier in the fight. He is making up for lost time now. Great body kick there. Well, don't get mad, get even, right? He got stunned by his opponent earlier in the round. He's clearly been losing since. Mentally, it appears as though he's checked out a little bit.
A lot easier said than done. When his opponent has the power that he possesses, it's hard for him to say, you know what, I'm going to take one to give one.
Just over 2 minutes to go in the round. Single. All right, full guard now, DC.
And for the guy on top, he needs to build posture or just go to the next position, start shoving that knee through, trying to get the half guard, which in turn will lead to more.
Judo toss, made it look easy. Makhachev gets caught by the inside leg kick. Well, you don't blame him for continuing to badger that cut. Things are getting bloody, champ.
Yeah, you got to be careful now because as it bleeds, you got to worry about the blood going into the eye. Now it's time to start being on high alert.
Pretty good job by him there to raise the guard and block the strike, keeping those hands up to protect that cut in and around the eye.
He has to keep his hands up. This is not by choice.
Double leg takedown attempt here, and that is a good attempt as he gets the fight back to the mat.
It's ideal. His ideal situation just happened. He got it on the shot, didn't have to put too much effort to finish. Great job. He passes to half guard.
1 minute. Well, champ, I don't see that well, but it's hard to miss the redness underneath that elbow. A lot of bodily investment from his opponent tonight.
Yeah, it's an investment. Now, it may not pay dividends right now, but the more you go there, the more damage you do, eventually it will show itself. And right now, it's starting to show.
Well, as usual, suffocating work from the top here by Islam Makhachev. 15 seconds. Makhachev going to work from guard here. Nice combination of strikes there. Very efficient, very effective. Ground and pound. The hammer Mark Coleman would be proud. And that'll do it. 15 minutes in the books.
All right, man, listen, you got him that round. You really hurt him at the end of that round. He is still going to be hurt. There's no way he's going to recover. I need you to get out there and fit.
All right, so there's the end of the round, and the tide has officially turned. A huge head strike to stun his opponent. We'll see which corner can adjust here moving forward.
I mean, they've got to be celebrating. They've got to be happy. Everything's working. But the other side has to be concerned. They have to figure something out, make some sort of adjustment to try to change the tide of this fight.
Fourth round now, fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. All right, this should be good as our next round gets underway. We nearly had a knockout in the previous round, but the corner seems to think they have their fighter back in the game.
It felt fun watching such an exciting moment, but it is a testament to this fighter in the toughness and the durability that he possesses, that he's still here right now with an opportunity still to win the fight.
Nicely done.
That's how you control the fight. Keep fighting behind the jab.
All right, gets inside, gets the single collar tie here. Well, he continues to land a high number of...
He didn't like that right there.
Oh, he is stunned, trying to recover here.
Lands a huge flying knee.
Now goes in and secures the takedown. Makhachev's in half guard. Well, we got a lot of blood now, ladies and gentlemen. I think my mother just turned off the TV, but every time that area gets targeted, that cut is getting worse and closer, theoretically, to the end of the fight.
Yeah, and, you know, when you got a person like this in front of you that is so good at what they do, when you are bleeding like this and the work is showing, you got to try to find a way to stop him. He needs to try to get a takedown or something, because the more he's standing, the more he's going to have to deal with this cut, and now all the blood that's coming from the cut.
Ground and pound strike there now. These ground strikes really started to add up. There's another one. All right, working out of side control here. His opponent trying to control posture, but you got to be careful here.
That was nice.
Making all these shots count. Oh, man, that left side is getting beat up now. Look at the redness there. All right, well, he continues to manhandle him here on the ground. Now maybe trying to get to a choke position here, DC. Lands with the ground and pound. Staying offensive off of his back as he lands a strike from the bottom position.
He does everything so well, and he's so calm. He's so calm in the face of such a big spot.
Let's go. I need you to posture and attack.
Look at him attack that arm triangle on the opposite side. When it's time to finish, he will lock his hands, pass his body all the way to the opposite side, drop his chest to get all the way.
Oh, somehow he got out!
That was beautiful. Look at how he brought his hips up in the air. Used this momentum to swing himself back to his chest being facing the mat. What a beautiful display of submission defense. Nice shots landing from the top position.
Again, not much defense there. Another ground strike gets through. Now drops inside that closed guard, DC.
Full guard. Let's see how patient he is as he attacks a submission or big ground and pound.
Good, solid strike on the ground.
Oh, good defense, yes.
Another ground and pound strike gets home. Makhachev going to work here from the full guard. Nice combination of strikes, mixing it up pretty well here. He
passed the half guard.
All right, fight hard. Push. You got 1 minute.
Ooh, right into side control, DC.
This is where you want to be now because you get to make your opponent decide. They try to turn back into you, you can attack guillotine. If they turn away to try to get to your knees, you throw your hooks in and you got all your rear choke submissions.
Makhachev's...
Yeah, he's trying to get to the darts here.
Oh, he's got the submission locked in now. There's the two! Makhachev! Coming up huge tonight.
Oh, boy.
So what a win for him here tonight. He gets it done and gets it done by way of submission. He told us this week, I gotta keep these judges out of it. Mission accomplished.
Absolutely. He is a phenomenal grappler. He said that he held the advantage there and that would show itself in the fight. He proved that and he gets a submission victory. Amazing.
We go inside the octagon to Bruce Buffer for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean's called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 23 seconds of round number 4. Declaring the winner by tap out due to a Darce choke, Islam Makhachev.
All right, so there he is, all smiles and rightfully so after he gets the job done by submission tonight. You told me off the air before the fight that he was going to submit him, and that's exactly what happened, man.
I mean, you know, this guy has such a great submission game that you cannot lay in his guard. And his opponent is known to lay in the guard. He made him pay for it tonight, got the submission victory.